Outside. Is there any way we can go to Maria and introduce her while poolside?
I think we're going to need it before we go down.
Okie doke.
Why don't you give us power?
Okay, we'll introduce you to our poolside young lady. Her name is Maria Castro. She should be out there in a few minutes. She will be our on the poolside announcer, kind of tell us what's going on.
Ready wherever you are. Kevin, get that chair over there.
Santa Maria. Estamos esperando por usted.
Okay, the typewriter repairman crew are pretty much those in the yellow shirts, plus the young man in the black shirt in the middle. If you'll notice, the crew is really divided into two right now. There's one person right by the pool. He'll be called the tether person. Because the ROVs are connected with a tether, you need somebody to kind of be paying out the line and bringing it back in so it doesn't get tangled. However, that tether man can give no instructions to the operators. The operators, you'll notice, have their back to the pool. They are not allowed to look in the pool. They can help when the ROV's out of the water. They can help with the lifting and stuff. But once it's underway, they are not allowed to look into the pool. You can tell by the glow on their faces that they have video monitors in front of them. Whatever video they're looking at is the video coming from their ROV. However, we are also hooked into their video, so at times the control room will switch to the eyeball view from their ROV or whatever they see, and we can also switch with video cameras underneath the water around the pool, so we can kind of get a third-person view of what's going on underwater. The operators do not see those views at all.
I wonder, the tether man, is he in any way involved with tether ball? Or could he be used as a tether ball?
Say again?
The tether man, is he in any way involved with tether ball? Can he be used as a tether ball?
They could be, but, we found out that they really don't have a lot of time for tether ball. It's,
Sometimes it can get really frustrating out there when you get this equipment to not work, and then you have nothing else to do but use their tether man for a tether ball, in which case we will be cutting away from those scenes because that type of violence is not appropriate for people of your age to watch. So if you cut away suddenly and you hear loud noises and screaming, that's most likely what has occurred. Now, all sarcasm aside.
Okay. Go ahead. Let's introduce Maria Castro. Maria, you out there poolside?
Yes, sir. Here I am. I'm right by the typewriter repairman, and they look like they're hard at work.
Very good. Love your shirt and love the flashing thing. We'll be able to pick you out in the crowd.
Thank you.
So what's happening out there? Are they starting their mission yet, or are they setting up, or what?
Yeah, they already finished setting up. They set up quite quickly.
Okie doke.
Oh, okay.
It's all good.
Yeah, they're hard at work at their mission.
Okie dokie. For the audience, what happens is when the team is ready to set up, they indicate to the officials that they're ready. They start the stopwatch. They have 35 minutes to get their set up, to get their ROV in the water, and within that 35 minutes, they will have to bring their ROV out of the water within 35 minutes.
Woohoo! Yeah!
If they do it within that time, then they have 5 minutes to tear down. So every team basically is going to get up to 40 minutes to do the whole thing.
You actually 40 whole minutes?
40.
40 whole Earth minutes.
35, yeah, so they don't get any extra setup time.
This is not nautical minutes.
Setup time is actually taken away from your operating
got
time.
It. That's good.
Okay, it looks like we're looking from the typewriter repairman's ROV, and down it goes. You can tell that they have some lights on. It looks like they're holding one of the bait canisters. And it has to, and they set it in that block there. You'll notice the target area has those glow sticks around it. Now you'll see that square knob in the middle there. They're going to try and grab it and turn it 90 degrees clockwise. If they do, the bait will come out, and we'll see if it does. It did. So they released the bait. There's 3 of those bait lines. I didn't notice that was the square one, the circle one, or the triangle one. There's 3 bait canisters, and that was one of them. I think it was the square one. So that was done pretty quickly and pretty efficiently. That was a third person. Oh, now we're looking at the ROV view coming back up. There's another canister, and if we look at the base, it's a square. So I'll assume the circle one they put in just a minute ago, and that was worth 15 points. If they get this square one in, they'll get 20 points. There's also a triangular one in a little bit, and it's worth 25 points. Every time they release the bait, that's worth another 15 points. So the last thing we saw was they got 5 points just for finding the base, they got 15 points for placing it where it went, and they get 15 points for releasing the target. So here they go, they got to put it in the square. It's a little harder to do than the circle because you have to be aligned just right. And I know shouting out all these point values is actually kind of distracting. But the fact that they found it, they made points. When they get it in, they make points. And
Move straight right, straight right. Okay, a little more. Okay, now.
for those that have ever had to drive on ice, it's like driving, okay, they put it in, now they're going to try to release the bait, I assume. So they're going to have to grasp that square valve and give it a turn, and they release the bait. So that's 2 out of 3 out of the way.
Okay, time is 7.
To release the bait.
We're 3 minutes ahead.
Just they have to turn the clock.
Yeah.
Okay, we see bait. Okay, look down. Pause. Ready. Okay, move hand. We can't see. Thank you. Okay, bait grab. Tighten.
For those of you watching, again, we're coming live from Phoenix, Arizona. This is being played over the internet. So if you're watching us from, say, Colombia
Okay, I think you're.
or East Coast United States
You're gonna have to come in this way.
or in Japan, this is live, and it's really nice out here. The weather's quite nice. It's a little bit hot, but not humid at all.
That's it.
I
Sweet.
was just thinking if the space station could see this, they'd probably be watching that and they go, oh, that's easy stuff. We do that every minute of the day.
As a matter of fact, they can watch it.
They can?
We have a new capability in the space station which allows them to surf the web, and it's called the CrewNet.
You're kidding me.
This was put in actually at the end of February. The new capability allows the astronauts for their leisure time, and it's really for their leisure time, to surf the net. Well, the way it's different is, imagine, if you will, a long display up to the space station and a keyboard with a long, cable going down. So they're able to look at the monitor, but they can't take any data from it. They can't, because they don't want to let any malware get on the space station. It's completely shielded. So who knows? They might be watching us in space as we speak.
That'd be cool. Well, it looks like they set it in. That was the third and perhaps the hardest bait canister to put in there.
Getting a little rough with that.
And that was worth 25 points getting it in there. And now if they can release the bait, they get an additional 15 points. So they're racking up points pretty good.
And I think for those of you watching, please understand that this is probably going to be the not. These are, again, they're not normal.
No, they're not normal
They're normal.
people.
I've joked about
There
them
we
being
go.
aliens, but they're just really aliens to their own species. These guys are some of the most brilliant people. And you look at the work on there; they've written their own. They've actually burned their own boards. They've made their own. I guess we call PC boards. They've designed their own circuits from the fundamental level. And I mean, working for NASA, I had talked to one of the gentlemen earlier. I said, we'd like you to design one of the boards for our lunar micro rover because they've done such great work that I think it's truly amazing.
This means they have to release the green light. Hit the green light switch to light up the target area. And each one will come up with a different color. Since that one came up green, they have to go to the green light switch.
That was the voice of Jim Haugen,
Measuring the depth of this.
voice of God. You can't really see him right now.
What you saw there, like the radar screen that was green, there's a number of targets under there that they have to go get. They have to identify and go to, and